Hello and welcome to another episode of JayManGrow Allotment Diary. As usual, there's going to be two parts to this particular video. First part is going to be looking at some progress that I've actually got and I have done at the allotment, and I'm going to do a little bit of work about that. And the second part, as usual, is going to be hints and tips on allotmenting, growing veg. And what I'm going to talk about this week is going to be growing vegetables productively. There's a lot of different things that you can do to make yourself productive at the allotment. I'm going to focus on growing productively and maximising what you can grow at the allotment. Thanks for watching. As usual, just arrived at the plot, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off the blue sheet cover that I have, and then we're going to start doing some work. Okay, so this week is just going to be carrying on from where I left off last week. As you can probably see on the video, I took out some of the weeds along here. The bed is nearly created, so what I'm going to do is take out the rest of the weeds along here, hopefully have a border going around, and once I've got the border, that'll be bed number 2 done. But first and foremost, I have to take out the weeds, but at the same time as taking out the weeds, I'm going to give this a little bit of a cultivation, so that soil gets a little bit of air, gets a little bit fluffy. So let's not waste time, let's just get on with it. Now you can see I've completely dug it all up, took out the majority of weeds. If you're like me, a little bit lazy, it's better to take the weeds out first time round, otherwise you're constantly going to be taking out the weeds. So I've taken out the majority of the weeds that I can see. All I'm going to do is just going to slide this particular piece into the bed there. Therefore the bed will then be made. Fingers crossed, let's do it. There, I admit I forgot my hammer. Okay, so I'm really happy with today's activities. My objective today was really to come and try and clean that entire second bed out. I've actually done that. I've completely taken out all of the weeds, even put a semi-board round. I need to bring a couple of screws in and a hammer for next time when I come, but I'm really happy with the work. Okay, so this is the second part of the video where I try and provide some help, tips and information. This week I'm going to talk about growing productively and maximising what you can actually get from one particular area. Okay, I don't know if you can tell, but the rain is starting to come down, but I'm still going to get this video done. The lighting may not be as good, however, let's crack on. The whole idea of having a plot is so that you can have veg all year round, okay? Well, another reason is just to get away from the crazy people and come to the allotment so you can spend a bit of time yourself. But anyway, you want to maximise what you can grow at the allotment. Therefore, you need to constantly be growing, either in the ground or seeding, ready to put in the ground. When I got an allotment, I didn't actually think about being productive. All I wanted to do actually was just put something in the ground, water it, watch it grow, watch it flower, let it do its goods, i.e. potatoes, and then dig them up, eat them. Fantastic. Runner beans, put the runner beans in, watch them grow along the canes, pick them out, eat them. I didn't think about productivity at all. But this year, I'm going to be a little bit smarter and I'm going to be much more productive. A couple of examples. One example of being productive is looking at the variety, okay? Now, by that I mean certain vegetables, and I'm going to use potatoes as an example. You can grow at different times of the year. They take a little bit longer to grow and they're absolutely fine. So if we start off with the potatoes, you've got earlies, you've got second earlies, and you've got the main crop, okay? So with the potatoes, you've got the earlies. Now, the earlies, there's a whole bunch of potatoes that come into that particular segment. With the earlies, you can actually put them out early spring, Okay, so plant them out early spring, and then they'll be ready early summer. Okay, so you put them in early spring, they're ready early summer. Then you've got the second earlies. You put them in mid-spring, so not early, mid-spring, and they're ready, guess what? Yeah, mid-September-ish. Okay, so you've got that. Then you've got your main crop, and you can put them in again, mainly, depending on the variety, the weather, and the conditions you've got, you can probably put them in mid-spring, okay, and they'll be ready late summer, early autumn. So having the three lots of variety in the potatoes, your earlies, your second earlies, and your main crop, you put them in a little bit slower, i.e. a little bit later on, and therefore they're ready a little bit later on, and some of them take a little bit later. So then you've got potatoes the entire summer then, early summer, midsummer, and going into autumn as well. Now that is one example, and I'll be doing that. Looking at varieties on potatoes is one way to do it, but you can actually use that same principle on other vegetables. You can use it on carrots, you can use it on turnips. A couple of great things about that. You get vegetable for a little bit longer, I think, and also you've got a bunch of varieties to taste and see what will actually work in the soil you've got and what won't work. Okay, so the second example to be a little bit productive at the allotment, I think works well, is when you sow something, don't sow everything at once. I.e., if you're going to do carrots, don't put all of your carrot seeds in the tray in that one time or in the ground that once, okay? I think if you do one tray week 1, one tray week 2, one tray week 3, potentially, and in theory, when the carrots are ready to be pulling, they're going to be ready at week 1, week 2, week 3. So if you put them in at the beginning of March, okay, and let's say, for example, it's going to take you 3 months for them to be ready. March, it'll be March, April, May. First week of June, you'll be able to pull one lot up. Second week of June, you'll be able to put one up. And then the third week of June, you'll be able to pull another lot up. So if you do them weekly, okay, you're going to get a little bit more veg. I think it extends your growing season. It gives you something to do. And if, worst case scenario, one lot doesn't work, you've still got another lot. A benefit to that is you're not constantly storing the veg, okay? You can come in, harvest it, pull it out of the ground, bang, eat it fresh. You're not storing it for a couple of days. Now, I've only spoken about 2 ways to be productive in terms of looking at the different varieties, okay, and then sowing them on a sort of like tiered rate, as opposed to, there's lots and lots of other different ways to be productive at the particular allotment. You've got intercropping, you've got cratch cropping, you've got companion cropping. There's so many different things you can do. I'm not going to have time to go through them all today. Plus, I'm getting incredibly cold and it's getting dark. I will, however, make some other videos to help as we go along and as I do them. Thanks a lot, everybody, for watching. Hope you liked it. Thumbs up if you did. Feel free to subscribe. I will be here every week. We have had some snow. It has actually started to rain a little bit. Looking out there, had a little bit of sleep. I've still done the video. I hope I can be helpful. Complete novice is helping another novice is ideal. Last year, I learned a little bit. I made a couple of mistakes. Hopefully this year, it's going to be a hell of a lot better. Thanks a lot, guys.